if she only put 3.5% down, she doesn't have enough skin in the game.
Yeah.
So she has to now bring that loan to value down, to 420 or below, and now her PMI will come off.
Wow.
My bad. No, this is the expert right here. Don't listen to me.
It's not
This
just
is an
the
expert.
appreciation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it.
If she refinanced, then that's different.
Why is that different?
No, if she refinanced outside. So if that again, if she refinanced and then they did an appraisal and they say, oh, this house is worth $1 million,
right?
That's different. But if she's still in the same loan,
right?
Then she has to wait till she brings it down to 420 or below.
Okay, Jessica, I hope you're watching. You just got a wealth of information right now from this. So that was.
I wanted to ask, what sites do you recommend going on to find these homes that are foreclosure or?
So auction sites. Auction sites, you can go to auction.com, Xome, Xome, Xome.com.
Zillow?
I hate Zillow. You know what?
And I want to ask you about, and that's the information that we want people to know, like
Zillow,
what's available.
Here's the thing: there is just so many inaccuracies with Zillow.
I agree,
and I'm not a fan of Zillow. You know why? Because Zillow was really targeting realtors. They were utilizing our advertising dollars.
Oh, wow.
So that they can take over dominate the real estate industry.
Okay.
And basically replace realtors. And what are you doing?
Yeah.
No,
we need the human contact.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
People are not. Yes, people enjoy AI, but people still need realtors like
that personal touch.
We need that. I need
important.
someone to answer the questions that are important to me.
Right.
And also too, I think you bring this wealth of history. You've been doing this a while. And so when I come to you and say, listen, I have $10,000. I would like to invest it. Right. How would I navigate that?
Right.
Or if I have $5,000, how would I navigate this?
The situation is different.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So you can't, use a bot or, AI to say, okay, this is my situation.
And I actually got an agent from Zillow, but I felt it was spammy because everybody started calling me. Oh, I heard that you went on the listing. You're looking for the information in. Right. It was spammy, and then to what we were saying, that you don't get the personalized touch. You just feel like though somebody's there to make a sale. Right. They're just pushing you. Right. And I remember one agent was telling me that, why don't you buy this? And I'm like, because I don't like it. Right. She was like, but you could do this. She was really trying to sell me, and not looking out for me and saying that, okay, what are you looking for? Let me try to cater to your needs. But I felt so.
So run it down real quick. You said
Xome.com.
Zom.
No, Xome.
Xome. Oh wow.
Xome.com.
Okay.
Redfin. You said to find
just to like you said, find foreclosure.
Okay.
Auction.
Yeah. Yes. You just have to read the description. It'll be in the description.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't you need an agent?
Redfin.
Don't you need an agent if you're looking for foreclosure and short sales, or someone to help you navigate?
I would recommend, someone who's experienced in those fields to definitely hire an agent. Yes.
And where are you located? Because we didn't even talk about where you're located. We just say, where are you in New York?
So I do have an office right here in the city.
Oh,
Fifth
cool!
Avenue. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And I'm actually servicing Brooklyn, Queens, not just myself, but my agents as well. Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, Suffolk, as well as the Bronx and Harlem.
In the northeastern part of the United States, on the southern tip of the state of New York, lies the New York City, the largest city in the United States by both population and economy. Situated at the mouth of the Hudson River, on one of the world's largest natural harbors, New York covers a total surface area of roughly 472 square miles. The city is divided into 5 boroughs, each functioning like a smaller city within the larger city. The 5 boroughs are Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx, and Staten Island. Brooklyn and Queens occupy the western portion of Long Island, while Staten Island and Manhattan are completely on their own land mass. The Bronx is the only New York City borough not primarily located on an island. Queens is the largest borough by area, although it is not the most populous. That title goes to Brooklyn, which has a population of roughly 2.7 million inhabitants. Manhattan, which is the smallest borough by area, is the most densely populated one. It has a population of roughly 1.7 million inhabitants with a population density of roughly 75,000 inhabitants per square mile.
Oh, cool.
And some parts of Westchester.
Wow.
Yes. Great. Yes, and your name of your brokerage again?
J. Moore Realty.
J Moore Realty.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yes.
So, how much money do you think someone should start with if they're really serious about jumping into the real estate game?
It depends on the market, where you are.
So, if you're here in Manhattan and you wanted to jump into the real estate game,
Here's the thing, and this is what I promote as well. People always think about townhomes or brownstones when they think of Manhattan, but you can start with a co-op. Right. I've seen co-ops in Harlem for 400,000.
I know.
Right. And
I've been watching that market.
Right. So you can start with a co-op. Co-op appreciates. It builds equity.
Oh, wow.
Equity is what you're looking for. Right.
So good that you said that, because co-ops, I grew up to think that you don't have too much ownership into it and you don't get the tax benefit like you do as a homeowner. So maybe can you explain that?
So co-ops, you get a shareholder certificate. It's like investing in a corporation.
Right.
However, it's still ownership, right? You still own the shares, right? Not the brick and mortar. A condo, you obtain a deed.
Okay.
A deed is ownership, just like acquiring a house. However, you're still building equity the same as you're building equity in a home or a condo when you're buying a co-op.
Right.
And so if you purchase that co-op for 400,000 and in 2 years it's worth 650, you can now take the difference,
The 250,
right,
whatever.
and you can go and buy something else.
Co-op shares are units of ownership in a cooperative corporation that owns an apartment building, not unlike owning shares in a regular business corporation. The co-op corporation's main asset will typically be the apartment building, and thus each shareholder will own a piece of it. Co-op shares come with a proprietary lease that entitles the shareholder to occupy a specific apartment which they have de facto ownership of. Co-op shares can be bought and sold, and thus co-op apartments can be traded just like condos or townhomes. What is a co-op apartment? A co-op apartment is an apartment in a co-op building that a shareholder has an indefinite right to occupy, despite the apartment being actually owned by the co-op corporation. However, the co-op corporation hands out proprietary leases along with stock certificates for specific apartments, and these proprietary leases essentially allow a shareholder to occupy that apartment indefinitely.
That's a start. And now you can take that money and go buy a brownstone, a
Okay.
townhome or something.
Is it the same with the tax benefits, or
The tax benefits are different with
with
the
the
home.
with the,
Yeah,
with the home and the co-op?
yeah, with the property taxes and everything like that. But there was a question you had regarding, you said,
Well,
how
what
to
kind
start
of money?
in ownership.
How do I start?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I think about this and,
So co-ops are typically 20% down payment.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's high.
20%. But a condo you can acquire with an FHA loan, which is 3.5%.
yeah, see, that to me is more reasonable.
Yes.
If I had to come up with 3.5% of 400,000,
Right,
I could
That's a
do
lot.
that.
right.
You
But
know,
what about the people with bad credit? What do you recommend?
I recommend fixing your credit
There you go.
because your rates are going to be higher with bad credit. Also, you have to get comfortable with if you have poor credit, that means that you have some challenges and you have to get right with money.
Right.
So go seek a nonprofit organization that does free free credit counseling.
Okay.
Right? And that will allow you to understand money better. A lot of people didn't grow up with money management
it's
skills.
true.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
So, they didn't teach it in school. They didn't teach financial literacy
Yes.
because they're trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
So now credit is everything with
Yes.
anything,
Yes.
employment, housing,
Absolutely.
everything.
I know.
So people need to
Even
learn and
renting.
understand, especially renting.
Especially renting.
Especially
They look
renting.
at that credit score.
I tell people actually renting is harder than
It
acquiring a home.
is. I think you're right.
I tell people all the time.
Can you recommend any?
I would recommend Operation Hope. It's a free
Oh.
credit counseling.
Okay.
Operation Hope. I think operationhope.com.
Mm-hmm.
As well as I have a friend of mine. She's really good. She has a credit legal realty. Credit legal. Yeah, that's it, I believe. And she actually helped me with my credit.
Oh,
So
wow.
my credit was impacted. She assisted me and she got me together.
Because so many people have student loans.
Yes.
And the student loan makes that impossible to change your credit score with a student loan because of the percentage of your income to this loan that you have.
That's right.
And so it's really difficult. I mean, what's the minimum kind of credit score you need to get in the real estate game?
A minimum credit score to obtain an FHA loan is 580.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
I thought it was like 6 something.
No. However, however, it's recommended to have at least a 640.
640.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the recommended
to get a good rate.
Okay.
Yes. You know, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But that's a 580 subprime.
Okay.
So your rates are going to be higher.
Yeah.
But to get your foot in the door, it's a possibility.
That's not bad. Okay.
Did it take long for you to get your credit in order? What you say your friend helped you?
Yeah, it took her maybe about 6 to 8 months.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe more, like 6 months.
Wow.
Right.
And got me into the mid 7s.
Yeah.
And so she's
good.
really, really
And
good.
before anybody says that, 6 months is too long, listen, if you start today, 6 months is nothing.
It's a breeze.
Yes.
It's a breeze. Right.
It is.
Right.
It is.
So, yeah.
Well, that sounds amazing, Nadine. You make it sound like it's very possible to enter the real estate.
Right.
If you find someone to mentor you or someone who's like yourself, a real estate agent who can guide you. This is powerful. Would you have like some...
When you say you were planning to put together like a group? Or...
Yes. For some reason, I think this year, especially, I've been approached by so many women, like professional women who are ready to either retire and they're looking to pursue investing.
Yeah.
There are just so many different, stages and walks of their life.
Right.
And I think that I'm strongly thinking about creating a real estate community.
I think that's
particular for women. Yes.
Because...
So what would that entail? Like, what is this group going to do? Are they investing?
Yeah, so it's going to be obviously educational first.
Right.
Understanding.
We need that.
Right. Understanding, the educational piece about real estate. And then I want to also start looking at different markets and where people are comfortable to invest.
Cool.
That's
And
great.
then, and start doing that.
Yes.
Exactly.
I think it's needed.
I think so too. I think so too.
Absolutely.
And particularly here in New York, because it's still possible.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
And people don't think it is,
Yes.
but it's possible to acquire property
I
still
think
here in
you're
New York.
right. I
Yes.
think that you still have to
Yes.
put your toe in the water.
Yes, agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
Start somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
Execute.
I think you have 3 people who are ready to join.
That's it.
I'm already like,
You're ready to set up that community, and we
look
just
forward to it.
love having you.
Thank you.
Yes.
what do you do for, I don't want to say for fun, but self-care? What is your self-care?
I love a good massage.
Yes.
Me too.
I love
Me
massages.
too.
Me too.
I love going to the spa.
Yes.
I will I could be in the heat of multiple deals, negotiations. Tomorrow I'm going to the spa. I feel it in my body.
Yes.
I have to go to the spa.
Yes.
I love to travel. I love spending quality time with my family, just decompressing and just,
Yes.
I need mental health days. Sometimes
You
I
have
could go.
to have that.
Yeah, definitely. I could go weeks at a time, and then it could be a Wednesday, it could be a Tuesday, it could be a Sunday.
Right.
All right, today's the day.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was awesome. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming and joining
Yeah,
us, and
appreciate
thank
you
you for the
guys,
wealth of
ladies.
We are
information.
appreciate
And
Yes.
we're waiting for
So
the
we'll-
group.
Oh, yes.
And we'll make sure that all of your information is in the show notes and how to contact you on
Yes.
many social media, right?
Yes.
Instagram especially.
Yes, Instagram, Facebook,
Yep.
LinkedIn.
So
yes.
we'll have your information in the show notes.
Excellent. Well, thank you. It
Perfect.
was
Thank
really
you.
fun being here.